Tomorrow isn't just another Wednesday. It's not just the sun moving into a new sign. I genuinely believe February 18th is one of the most significant cosmic moments we're going to experience this entire year. Tomorrow, the Pisces Portal opens, and I know that might sound dramatic, but stay with me here, because what's about to happen isn't just an astrological event. I think it's a convergence. A moment where your soul's deepest dream, the one you've been holding on to for years, finally starts becoming real. And for 3 specific zodiac signs, this is their miracle moment. But here's what's really getting my attention right now. Something happened 5 days ago that most people completely missed. And if you've been feeling lighter lately, like this strange weight just lifted off your shoulders, there's a very specific reason for that, and I'm going to break it down for you later in this video, because I think it's the key to understanding why this portal is so powerful. Right now, at this exact moment, we're standing between 2 worlds. The eclipse that just happened yesterday, that solar eclipse in Aquarius, it was like a cosmic delete button. It cleared out the old timeline. And tomorrow, when the sun crosses into Pisces at 11 in the morning, that's when the new reality starts downloading. And if you've been feeling this strange pull lately, like something big is about to shift, but you can't quite put your finger on it, you're not imagining it. You're feeling the portal opening. You're sensing what's coming. And honestly, I've been feeling it too. The weight you've been carrying, it just disappeared. Here's why. So let's talk about something that I think a lot of people have been experiencing, but maybe haven't connected to what's happening cosmically. Have you noticed over the past week or so that things just feel easier? Like suddenly you can breathe deeper, like there's more space in your life, even though nothing on the surface has really changed. I've been hearing this from so many people, and I want to explain what I think is actually going on here. For the last 3 years, since March 2023, Saturn has been in Pisces, and Saturn is this heavy, restrictive energy. It's the planet of limits, delays, hard lessons. So for 3 full years, the realm of dreams, intuition, and spiritual connection has felt blocked, burdened, like you were trying to swim through concrete. But on February 13th, just 5 days ago, Saturn left Pisces and entered Aries, and I really believe this created a massive energetic shift. It's like a dam breaking. All that pressure, all that heaviness that's been sitting on the Pisces sector of your chart, it's gone. And here's what makes tomorrow's portal so powerful. The sun is entering a Pisces that's freshly liberated. For the first time in 3 years, there's no Saturn blocking the dream. There's no restriction, no delay, no karmic weight crushing your vision. This is why I keep calling it a portal and not just a transit, because it's not just the sun changing signs, it's the sun walking through a door that's been locked for 3 years, and now it's finally wide open. Does that make sense? If you've been trying to manifest something, create something, or step into a new version of yourself and it just kept hitting walls, I think those walls just came down. And tomorrow, when the sun lights up that liberated Pisces energy, that's when the dream activates. Mercury and Venus already went in. They're setting the stage. Now here's something I find really interesting. The sun isn't entering Pisces alone. Mercury, the planet of thought and communication, has been in Pisces since February 6th. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and what we value, has been in Pisces since February 10th. So by the time the sun arrives tomorrow, the room is already set. Your mind has already started thinking in dreams, Mercury in Pisces. Your heart has already started feeling what you truly desire, Venus in Pisces. And tomorrow, the sun, your vital force, your conscious will, joins them. This creates what I'd call a stellium of consciousness, all 3 personal planets lighting up the same sector of boundless possibility. And when that happens, the barrier between what you're consciously trying to create and what your soul actually wants, it dissolves. This is what I think people mean when they talk about the soul's dream finally coming true. It's not that you're getting something random, it's that for the first time in years, what you want and what the universe wants for you are finally aligned. There's no friction, no resistance, just flow. And honestly, I've noticed this in my own life already. Decisions that used to feel impossible are suddenly clear. Things I've been trying to force are just happening naturally now. Have you noticed that too? Yesterday's eclipse was the delete button. Tomorrow is the download. Okay, so let's talk about yesterday for a second. February 17th, that solar eclipse in Aquarius at 28 degrees. If you felt intense energy yesterday, if things felt chaotic, emotional, or just heavy, that wasn't random. That eclipse happened at what's called the anaretic degree. The 29th degree of any sign is known as the crisis point, the point of fated completion. An eclipse at that degree, it's a forced ending, a cosmic reboot. And here's what I think happened. That eclipse cleared out the old programming, the rigid structures, the mental loops, the ways you've been trying to control your life from your head instead of your heart. It burned through all of it. The ring of fire that you see in an annular eclipse, I think that's symbolic. It's the universe burning away what no longer serves you. So if yesterday felt like a breakdown, like things were falling apart or emotions were overwhelming, I want you to reframe that. I don't think things were falling apart. I think they were being cleared out to make space for what's coming. Because when the sun enters Pisces tomorrow, just one day after that eclipse, it's like the universe is saying, okay, the old system crashed. Now let's install the new one. The portal isn't just an opening, it's a total system upgrade. And this is where it gets really powerful, because in 4 days something even bigger happens. February 20th, when dreams become reality. So, here's the piece I think most people don't know about. On February 20th, just 2 days after the portal opens, Saturn and Neptune meet at 0 degrees Aries, and I cannot overstate how rare and significant this is. Saturn and Neptune come together approximately every 36 years, but a conjunction at the Aries point, at the very first degree of the zodiac, the world point, this is an event of historical rarity. The last time these two planets met in Aries was 1703, over 300 years ago. Now let me explain why this matters for your soul's dream. Neptune is the planet of dreams, visions, ideals, the formless, the spiritual, the impossible. Saturn is the planet of reality, structure, manifestation, the tangible, the concrete, the possible. Normally these two don't get along. Neptune dissolves Saturn's structures, Saturn crushes Neptune's dreams. But when they meet at the Aries point, the point of pure initiation, of action, of I am, something different happens. I think they fuse. The dream is given form, the impossible becomes possible. Saturn provides the scaffolding, Neptune provides the blueprint, and Aries provides the fire to build it now. This is what I believe creates the miracle energy everyone's talking about. It's not that the laws of reality are being broken, it's that the dream and the reality are merging. What you've been visualizing, hoping for, working toward, it's suddenly finding its way into the physical world. And when I say soul's dream, I'm not talking about surface-level wishes. I'm talking about the thing your soul came here to do, the life you were meant to live. The version of yourself you've always known was possible, but could never quite reach. That's what's activating right now. The Venus-Jupiter miracle aspect, why this feels like magic. Now I told you 3 signs are getting their miracle moment, and I'm going to tell you which ones in just a minute. But first, I need to explain the astrological mechanism that makes this feel so magical. On February 22nd, just 4 days after the portal opens, Venus and Jupiter form a perfect trine, and this isn't just any trine. This is what I'd call a double exaltation benevolence. Venus is in Pisces, where she's exalted. That means she's operating at her highest capacity, delivering love, beauty, abundance, and grace at 100%. Jupiter is in Cancer, where he's also exalted. Maximum wisdom, protection, expansion, and luck. When 2 exalted benefic planets trine each other, which is the most harmonious aspect in astrology, it creates a closed circuit of divine favor. The energy flows without friction between the planet of small blessings, Venus, and the planet of great fortune, Jupiter. And here's what I think this does in practical terms. It acts as the delivery mechanism. After the clearing, eclipse. After the portal opening, Sun in Pisces. After the dream reality fusion, Saturn, Neptune. Venus and Jupiter bring the reward, the payout, the miracle. This is why some people are going to experience things that feel effortless, money appearing when they need it most, a romantic connection that feels divinely orchestrated, an opportunity that drops into their lap without them even trying. It's not luck. I think it's alignment. And honestly, this aspect is one of the most fortunate transits we're going to see all year. Now let me tell you about the 3 signs who are positioned to receive the biggest miracles. Cancer, your destiny just upgraded. Okay, Cancer, if you're watching this, I really need you to hear me on this one. You are the primary beneficiary of that Venus-Jupiter trine I just described, and I think your miracle is going to feel like a complete destiny upgrade. Here's why. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance, is currently in your sign, in your first house of self. He's been there, amplifying your confidence, your presence, your opportunities. And now, on February 22nd, Venus in Pisces, in your 9th house of destiny, higher learning and expansion, trines Jupiter in your first house. This creates what I'd call a golden era configuration. Your personal growth, Jupiter in first, is being magnetized toward your highest destiny, Venus in 9th. And because both planets are exalted, there's no resistance, just pure flow. What does this look like in real life? I think for many Cancers, this could manifest as a life-changing opportunity related to travel, education, publishing, or spiritual growth that also brings financial abundance. Maybe you've been wanting to teach, write, or share your wisdom, and suddenly the platform appears. Maybe you've been dreaming of a move or a journey, and the path clears. But here's what I think is the real miracle for you. Emotional security meeting soul purpose. For so long, Cancer, you've had to choose between safety and passion, between the practical path and the dream. I believe this transit is showing you that you don't have to choose anymore. The thing your soul wants to do is the thing that will provide for you. And with the Pisces Portal activating your 9th house, that sector of faith and vision, I think you're being asked to trust the impossible, to believe that what you've been calling your impossible dream is actually your destined path. And honestly, the universe is removing the obstacles before you even see them. Gemini, the timeline just shifted. Gemini, your miracle is different, and I think it's going to feel sudden, disruptive, liberating. That solar eclipse yesterday at 28 degrees Aquarius, that hit your 9th house, the house of expansion, beliefs, and your life philosophy. And eclipses don't suggest change. They demand it. They force completion. So if something in your life suddenly ended or shifted yesterday, a job, a belief system, a path you thought you were on, I don't think that was a mistake. I think that was the eclipse clearing the old timeline to make space for the new one. And here's where the Firehorse year comes in. The Lunar New Year started on February 10th, and this year is the year of the Firehorse. Firehorse energy is about speed, passion, independence, and radical change. It's volatile, it's powerful, and it doesn't do anything slowly. For you, Gemini, a sign that naturally loves speed and adaptation, this year is going to feel like rocket fuel, and I think your miracle is a timeline jump. On Monday, you might be in one reality. By Friday, you could be in a completely different one. The Saturn-Neptune conjunction happening in Aries, in your 11th house of networks and community, suggests that your dream involves collaboration, a new circle, a project that connects you with people who elevate you instantly. Your miracle isn't about things getting easier, it's about liberation. It's about suddenly being freed from a path that was never meant for you and finding yourself on the one that was. And yes, that can feel chaotic, but I really believe it's leading you somewhere bigger than where you've been. Leo, you're being crowned. Leo, I think your miracle is about legacy, about finally being recognized for your true creative power, about stepping into a level of authority you've been preparing for but haven't been given yet. The full moon that opened this entire month on February 1st was in your sign. That illuminated something about your sovereign self, your authentic creative expression. And now, with Saturn and Neptune entering Aries, your 9th house, on February 13th and 20th, I think you're being given the tools to build something lasting. Here's what makes this so powerful for you. Saturn is structure, Neptune is vision, and Aries is action. In your 9th house, this creates what I'd call the royal architect. You're being given both the dream, Neptune, and the discipline, Saturn, to turn your creative passion into an enduring legacy. For so long, Leo, you might have felt like you were creating in a vacuum, like your work wasn't being seen, like your talent was being overlooked. I think that's ending. Not gradually, but suddenly. Your miracle is the platform, the stage, the recognition. It's the moment when people finally see what you've been building and say, yes, this is it, you're ready. And with the Pisces Portal activating your 8th house, the house of transformation and other people's resources, I think this could also manifest as financial backing for a creative project. Someone investing in your vision, a contract, a deal, something that says, we believe in you. The confusion you might have felt about your path, Neptune is going to dissolve that. The lack of structure, Saturn is going to provide it. And the hesitation about stepping forward, Aries is going to burn through it. Your soul's dream isn't just to shine, Leo. It's to build something that outlasts you, and I think that's exactly what's being activated right now. The portal opens tomorrow, what you need to know. So here's what I want you to understand as we move into tomorrow. The Pisces Portal isn't just a moment, it's the beginning of a wave that's going to carry through the end of February and into March. Tomorrow at 11 in the morning, the sun enters Pisces. That's the exact moment the portal opens, and I think that's when you're going to feel the shift most strongly. Some of you might feel emotional, like something inside you is cracking open. Others might feel this deep, quiet knowing, like you just remembered something your soul has always known. And some of you might feel nothing in the moment, but over the next few days you'll start noticing synchronicities, signs, doors opening where there used to be walls. Here's what I recommend. If you can, take some time tomorrow to be still, to sit with yourself, to listen, because I think the universe is going to be speaking to you. Not in loud, dramatic ways, but in whispers, intuitive hits, sudden clarity about what you need to do next. And if you've been waiting for a sign to move forward with something, to take that risk, to make that change, to trust that dream, I think tomorrow is your sign. The portal doesn't stay open forever. This energy is building now, peaking through February 22nd, and then it starts to settle. This is your window, and honestly, I don't want you to look back in a month and wish you'd taken it. What happens after the portal opens? Now, I want to be really clear about something. Opening the portal tomorrow doesn't mean everything magically changes overnight. What it means is that the pathway is now clear. The energy is aligned. The obstacles that were blocking you, they're gone. But you still have to walk through the door. You still have to take action. You still have to say yes to the opportunity when it appears. I think what makes this period so powerful is that the universe is going to meet you halfway. You don't have to force it. You don't have to struggle. But you do have to show up. You do have to be willing to trust what you're feeling and follow where it's leading you. And for some of you, that might mean letting go of something you've been holding on to, a relationship that's run its course, a job that's draining you, a version of yourself that you've outgrown. The portal can't bring in the new if you're still clinging to the old. This is why the eclipse yesterday was so important. It created the space, and tomorrow the portal fills it with possibility. But you have to be willing to release what the eclipse cleared. Does that make sense? One last thing before we close. I want to come back to something I said at the beginning. 5 days ago, on February 13th, Saturn left Pisces, and I think that moment, more than anything else, is what makes this portal so special. For 3 years, the dream sector has been heavy, restricted, delayed, and if you're someone with strong Pisces energy, or if Pisces rules an important house in your chart, you've felt that weight. You felt like no matter how hard you tried, the dream just wouldn't materialize. But that weight is gone now, and I really want you to feel that, to understand that the resistance you've been experiencing, it wasn't you. It wasn't a sign that your dream was wrong or that you weren't meant for it. It was Saturn teaching you something, building your foundation, preparing you, and now the lesson is complete, the foundation is solid, and the portal is open. Your soul's dream isn't just coming true because of cosmic luck. I think it's coming true because you've earned it, because you've done the work, because you stayed committed even when it was hard. And now the universe is saying, okay, you're ready, let's go. All right, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you and you want to see more content like this, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you know. And please, drop your experiences in the comments. I really want to hear what you've been feeling lately. Have you noticed that lightness I was talking about? Are you one of the 3 signs experiencing a miracle right now? Let me know. We're all in this together. Take care of yourself, trust what you're feeling, and I'll see you tomorrow.